Hello, ladies. Hello, everybody. Looks like we got 12 waiting. 12 watching. We got Connie, Cindy Sandu, Shelly Edwards, Sharon Hanson. See else who we got. Sharon Hanson, Connie Jones, Gladys Pellegrino. Good. Hello, Gladys. We're all praying for you, Connie. And Sharon says, hello, everybody from Kentucky. Well, hello from Texas, Sharon. I'm a mess. I've been out in the yard putting up lights and all kind of stuff, working on my security cameras, and man, I got drenched with perspiration. I had to go strip, shower. I washed my clothes that had on because they were soaking wet. I didn't want them to dry that way, and I got them hanging outside drying right now. But I tell you, as hot as it is, it doesn't take long for you to just drench your clothes and everything you've got on. Your hair is soaked wet. So how is everybody this afternoon? This nice Sunday afternoon? Connie says Gladys will be here when she gets her paperwork filled out. And there's April. April Flowers is in the house from Maui, Hawaii. Aloha, April. Donna Palsetia, she's here. Cindy's here from Alaska. Susan's here in the house. Donna Murphy. Kim is in the house from Australia. Welcome, Kim. Shatika's here. Good afternoon, Shatika. Donna Murphy. I'm probably repeating some people's name. Good Enough is here. Welcome, Good Enough. I think that's the first time I've seen you in our live chat. You must be one of the new subscribers from Southeast Illinois. Welcome. Yeah, I'm having a relaxing afternoon, that's for sure. I did my work that I had to get done outside early, so I just have to check on the cameras later to make sure that the sensor lights come on when they're supposed to. Oh, Cindy's getting ready to make some sourdough blueberry pancakes. That sounds good. Your name is Pat. Well, Pat, I'm glad to have you. Welcome to our live chats. So I'll have to remember that. Pat, good enough. We got Elaine Dickinson here. Hello. Oh, I wish you'd send me some rain from the UK all the way to Texas. It is so hot and dry here. My poor plants are dying. My watermelon vines are dying. You water them and it just steams them. It's just so hot. And I think the property situation, I hope, is straightened out. I think what happened is the the guy that bought the lots over here to build the house, evidently he bought two lots. And they thought my lot on this side was one of the lots he bought because it's an empty lot just with trees and underbrush on it. I don't have anything else over there. And the lot on the other side of the house, the lady that lives over on that side has taken over that lot. And it's not hers. They park their cars on it. They put rock over on it. So, they can drive their cars over there and park them. They use it for a parking lot. They've moved picnic tables, chairs, all kind of stuff over there under the shade trees so they can hang out in the shade. And it's not her lot. But I think what happened is the workers, since she had her stuff and was parking on that lot, they naturally assumed that was her lot. And since mine was just a vacant wooded lot, they thought that was the lot the guy bought. But it's not. So I think I got them straightened out on that. I told them, no, I own this lot. I said, if he bought two, it's got to be the one on the other side that she's taken over. I said, she's trespassing on your property. So it's up to them to get that straightened out. I have nothing to do with it. And she even told them that they couldn't cross her lot with the trucks when she's got all her stuff over on the other lot. So it's going to be interesting to see how all that works out. Yeah, well, it's already, I think, almost 100 degrees here. Let me check. See what it is right now. I think it's supposed to be 97 today, and it's 96 already. So it's not quite as hot as it has been, but we still have a heat advisory at 97. So... And there's Patty C. Hello, Patty. And I plan to get your gift in the mail tomorrow. I haven't been to town yet, so it'll be tomorrow when I get that in the mail. And there's Farm Wife, 92 degrees there. Well, it's already 96, and the high here will be 97 today. But it seems like it's 107 out there already. That sun is so hot. Oh, my goodness, it's hot. Exactly, Donna. Their battle is with the next door neighbor on the other side of the house they're building, not me. But it was an honest mistake. They saw her stuff over there and she told them not to cross her lot. And they naturally assumed that was their lot since they park on it. They put their tables and chairs over there on it and hang out over there. Just like they own the property and they don't. So it's up to them to make a move, not me. But I'm glad that situation is straightened out, so, I'm not worried about it anymore. And Susan said it's 100 degrees where she's at already. Still heat advisory until tomorrow night at 8. How's Farm Wife? How hot is it in your neck of the woods, Farm Wife? Oh, great. Farm Wives has a new, beautiful great-granddaughter, or great-granddaughter, 1 week old tomorrow. Oh, my goodness, you got your hands full. I'd never want to put her down. I'd be sitting there holding her even when she's sleeping. I know that's the way I was with my granddaughter when she was a baby. I didn't want to put her down. I don't care if she was asleep. I just want to sit there and hold her. And there's Catherine. Hello, Karen. Catherine and Sharon. Yeah, I'm having a great day. I just got hot. I was outside working with my security cameras and, I drenched my clothes in sweat. I had to come in and strip, jump in the shower, put on some dry clothes. I rinsed my other clothes out and I've got them outside hanging in the heat now so they can dry. I didn't want to just toss them in the laundry basket all wet and sweaty because then they stink bad. And that's what causes them to mold. So I said, they got to be rinsed out. Yep, I think the property situation is run its course. I don't have anything to do with it anymore. They can deal with the person on the other side. Even the guy with the electric company, I think, told him that he thought it was the other lady that was trespassing on your lot. Not me, because I own my lot. They only have one lot that their manufactured home is sitting on, and the lot was not wide enough to turn it so the front door would face the street. They had to put it in the long way like my house is. And then they put the previous owner that put the house there put a porch on it. And there's only like 5 feet from the porch to the property line. And they had a surveying stake put out there, and she pulled it up so they could pull their cars up in there. So they may end up having to get it surveyed again unless they can find those metal stakes that they put down in the ground. If they can find them, they'll be able to see where the corner post is. It's it's just a shirt. It's just a sleeveless shirt. I've got 2 loads of laundry outside. Yeah, it dries really fast outside in this heat. It's so dry and hot, it doesn't take it any time. Actually, it dries faster outside than it would if you put it in a dryer. And it's a lot cheaper, too. Well, they had it surveyed twice already. And the surveyor put stakes down with flags on them. And the people that on the other side over there pulled them up. Like I said, because it was interfering with them driving their vehicles up on the lot to park. Because they were parking on a lot beside them, not their lot. So they pulled the stake up. And they should not have done that. It was not theirs to pull up. So, but, like I said, it's not my business. The contractors and the owner of the property can deal with the other person on the other side. I'm out of it. I'm just an observer. Yeah, did she say how hot it was? Let's see. Where's Farm Wife? Oh, you're outside with the chickens and they're hot, and so am I. Yeah, it's too hot to be outside. I finally got one camera took down, and it's in the house here on the table behind the camera, and I've got it plugged in because the battery needed to charge. Every once in a while, for some reason, the solar doesn't keep the thing charged good enough. So every once in a while, I have to take the camera down, bring it in the house, plug it in, charge it up with electricity, and then I go put it back out. And usually it stays charged up because it's right where the sun shines on it all day long on the little solar panels. So I don't know what's going on with that. Evidently the battery's not holding a charge like it should, or either the solar panel is not working. I don't know. I may have to replace the camera up there. Well, my son and his wife they freeze fruit like watermelon, cantaloupe, and different things, and have it in blocks like ice cubes. And then they put the frozen fruit out for the chickens when it's hot like this. They love it. Because they'll peck at it and they get a little bit of the ice and it's cold, and I guess it feels good to them. Yeah, Connie, I'm sorry you don't feel good. No, because at first he didn't know what was going on. The poor contractor. See, they put one contractor in here to do the foundation and put the concrete in. And then they switched contractors. They got another one in that's doing the framework of the house. And I didn't realize that they did that until that first contractor was gone. And he's never come back. So it was the second contractor that's in charge of building the house, putting up the frame and all that that's over there now. And he's not the one that did all that. But unfortunately, since he took over the project, he's going to be the one responsible. Or whoever, you know, whoever's in charge of the building and the construction, they're going to be responsible for the damage and to get stuff moved. You know, they have to move the trees that they cut. They have to move all the garbage and debris and rocks that they pushed over there and piled up. They have to move all that out of the way because it was not there before. And you can see the dirt, and it's very apparent that it was just pushed over there. And it's got their PVC pipe and all that stuff mixed in with it, all their scrap pipe and stuff. So you know it was, they did it. They pushed it up with the backhoe. But like I said, hopefully it's going to be all taken care of. I don't have to worry about it no more. Because I think the guy that's in charge, I think his name was Dennis, he gave me his information, his company name, his phone number, and everything. And he said whenever they clean up everything up, you know, the building site from where they're doing construction and stuff, that they would come over and clean up what was put over on my property too. But he said they didn't have a chainsaw. They're going to have to get a chainsaw. I thought to myself, well, that's not my problem. You know? And see, it's a good thing I went over there and talked to them, because they were getting ready to cut every one of my trees down. They were going to level off my whole lot because the owner that was building the house didn't want trees on either side. And I said, well, I don't want my trees cut down. He can't cut my trees down. I don't care whether he wants them there or not. They cut all of them down they're going to cut. And I don't know what they're going to do with the pile of rocks and dirt and PVC pipe and all the other garbage that was pushed over there with the backhoe. And then he said the owner wanted it all leveled on that side. I said, well, you can level it as far as the property line, but you just don't need to mess with mine. Because see, the rules out here is if you clean your lot off and there's grass or weeds or anything growing on it, you've got to keep it mowed, just like your regular yard. And that's one reason I've left it as an undeveloped lot. So I don't have to worry about mowing grass or mowing weeds or any of that. Plus, I want my trees there because they keep my house cool. You know, they shade my yard. They help break the wind from blowing during a storm. I mean, there are a lot of benefit to my lot. And even the guy with the electric company talked to the guy, and he said, you know, if you've lived here as long as she has, you'd learn to appreciate those old trees there. You wouldn't want any of them cut down because of the shade they give. It's a windbreaker. You know, they have a lot of benefits, even though they don't look pristine. You know, they're not the best looking trees in the world, but they serve a good purpose. And the contractor said, well, just plant more trees. Well, you can't plant trees and expect them to live if you can't water them. And that's what the guy from the electric company told him. He said, well, you can't do that because you're rationing water out here. There's so many people moving in. You can only water out in your yard one day a week. You can't even keep your grass alive. So, oh, owner's not going to like that. Well, sorry, he should have checked more into where he was buying property than he did. Patty says, I'm waiting for surgery date for my abdominal surgery. If y'all can pray, please. Yes, we will. Yeah, and it takes a long time. And here, those crepe myrtle trees that are parked out in the front of my yard, the tallest one has been there probably 5, 6, 7 or more years that it was planted. But we get so little rainfall here, it grows so slow. And look how small the other one is, and it's been here for several years. You know, if it was in a real wet area, that tree would have grown like crazy, but they're real small. They look basically like big bushes right now, and that's all. And once they're established, it really doesn't do any good to water them because you can't water them deep enough to get down to the roots. It's got to rain quite a bit to benefit those trees. I think it's the law here if something has been in place 10 years, it's yours. Well, I know that's true in some places, but I don't think it's necessarily true here. That's almost like squatters' right. If somebody moved on that property over there like that woman did, making a parking lot out of it and putting her tables and chairs and stuff over there on the other lot, they might think if they do that long enough for as many years as they can, that they can claim title to the property, but they can't do it here. Just because the owner didn't live here, it doesn't give them the right to do whatever they want to do to the property. And like I said, I think the cop told me when I told him the address of the vacant lot on the other side. He checked, and he said, yeah, it was sold in this year to this person, then again a couple of years later to this person, then a couple of years later to this person, then a couple of years later to Juan Carlos, I think it was Martinez, the owner of the lot where the house is being built. So he owns the lot on the other side. They're going to have to move their stuff unless he gives them the right to stay there. And when they do, it's going to cut their driveway from this street through the lot to their back lot. They'll have to come in from the back way. No, it's not public property. Every one of these lots in this subdivision were sold many years ago. They're all owned individually by someone somewhere. A lot of people bought lots that don't live here intending to build vacation homes. And some of them never have. They've never been able to get that done, so the lot is just sitting there. But just because it's sitting there with nothing on it, but of maybe some trees like my lot, doesn't mean it's not owned by someone. Susan said, my son was doing well in his Christian life, and then things happened to him with his girlfriend, and he got angry with God and still holds it against him. Oh, well. Well, you can't do that, Susan. And two, they always say things happen for the best. So whatever happened between him and his girlfriend was probably for the best. And maybe one day he'll see the reasoning behind it. And he'll say, well, oh, I'm glad that did take place, you know. God acts in mysterious ways. We don't always understand the ways that God does things. Wilson, how about built helicopter land, pad, Medicare use only, Medi-Cal use only. But no, these lots, every one of them are owned by someone somewhere. Just like the lot on this side of me where the trees had fallen over because they died. You know, I contacted that property owner. And that man has owned that lot ever since this subdivision first started, way back, probably in the early 70s or before. And he bought it because he wanted the right to come in, use the swimming pool, the boat dock, to go fishing when he wanted to go fishing and stuff like that. So he's kept the lot all these years for that reason. He hasn't been over recently to go fishing or anything because he's an elderly man now. But that's the reason he had it. And unless he sells it before he dies, you know, it's going to go to his kids, his sons or whoever. He asked me if I wanted to buy it, and I said I wish I could, but I can't handle anymore. I buy another lot. That's dues for 4 lots instead of 3, plus the cost of the lot, which I don't have. So I said I really can't afford to purchase any more property, as much as I would like to own it. I look back now and see everything that happened to me was for the good, but it sure didn't feel that way then. I know, Susan, that's the same way, because I know the Bible says God acts in mysterious ways we don't understand most of the time, but in time, you come about and you see that that was the best thing that could have happened at the time. You know, what did take place. And you're so much better off that it did. So, you just have to have faith and trust, that's all. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger. What did they do in Germany? I read that comment. Where was it? That's how I ended up with 12, because my father passed away. All shall be revealed. Jesse's here to do Tippy, so I will be out a little bit. Okay. I don't understand the comment, Wilson. You said that's what they do in Germany. Let me buy it then. Yeah, who knows? Before the end, I may contact the owner and end up buying it. I don't know. I don't have the money right now, so I can't. I mean, I have to come into a windfall to be able to purchase that lot from him. I mean, I'd love to have it, because then I'd have a wooded lot on each end of my property as a privacy fence. They build helicopter pads on lots for helicopters in Germany. Oh, wow. That's exactly right, the right farm wife. Sometimes we never find out why things happen the way they did. But God has a plan. Usually it works out for the best in the end. We just have to wait a while to see. I never understood how I ended up in Texas for all these years when I never wanted to come here to begin with. But you know what? I realize I'm probably better off physically, because my arthritis does not bother me as bad as it would have if I'd have lived in North Carolina, where it's real humid and cold, because that's the worst thing you can have for arthritis. I mean, my hands get stiff and all that, and if I'm in the yard working hard during the day, I do have aches and pains. But then I get to thinking, well, what would it have been like if I'd have been living in North Carolina, where it's colder, it's more humid, and everybody back there, they're driven crazy by arthritis. Their arthritis always bothers them a lot. Every place in Germany has helicopter pads. I didn't know that. And there's Gina Watson from Tilline, Kentucky. Welcome, Gina. And I hope y'all have been praying for Ann Watson. I haven't heard from her, so I'm not sure what's going on with her. Yeah, I haven't heard from her since she sent me that message. But she was supposed to have her other surgery Friday the 23rd. which was this last Friday, and she asked all of us to pray for her. So I have not heard from her. I'm sending her a message right now. I'm just asking, how are you doing? Maybe she'll get the message and she'll reply to it. I don't know. Check my email and make sure I didn't get a message from her by email. Usually she just sends me a T-Moon, Mr. Shaw. Yeah, I haven't. Oh, I've got a message from Claire Quinn. She says, "Good morning, Linda. Hope you're doing well." She says, "I have learned that in your compost tea bucket, you could add 2 crushed, non-coated aspirin. It really helps through drought. I thought you might like to know it might help the stress on my plants. Also use a water pitcher and 2 crushed aspirin and water your plants." So I'll have to try that. It'd take a lot of aspirin, though. I'd have to buy a big old bottle of aspirin because I've got a lot of plants that have to be watered. Yeah, fortunately, though, Texas is a good area to be if you've got arthritis or anything like that. It's bad for me because of my allergies, but it's great for arthritis. I mean, my arthritis probably isn't half as bad here as it would have been if I still lived in North Carolina. Yeah, I use eggshells, Wilson. Yeah, the surgery took place Friday, so I haven't heard from her. I don't know what's going on with her. I'll tell her we're all wondering about her since her surgery. There, hopefully she'll get that message that I sent. And if she can, maybe she'll let us know how everything went. Oh, it was little decorative writing pads. I haven't got them in the mail yet, but they're in the envelope already sealed up, so I can't show them to you. But I'll get them in the mail tomorrow. Cindy just sent a picture of her pancakes to my email. Let me check it out. Oh, wow, they look good. Well, I'm trying to get it to enlarge a little bit, but it's not going to, I guess. There's our blueberry pancakes, y'all. I can get them so the light is on it correctly. So you can see them. They're full of pancake and blueberries. Totally full of blueberries. I could take a bite of them right now. The last pancakes I made were blueberry. I made the banana ones one time, and then the last time was the blueberry pancakes. What was that, about a week or so ago I did those and did a video on it. And there's Sheila McDaniel. Hello. No, you're not late. And there's Louisiana Homestead. Hello. I know blueberries are pretty expensive. I have to buy them, catch them when they're on sale. And that little carton was on sale. That's the only reason I got them. They were reduced down. They weren't like $4 like they normally are. I don't remember how much I paid for them, but they were pretty low priced when I got them. It's 97 degrees here today, and it's not as hot as it has been, but I tell you what, 96, 97 degrees here, it feels like 107. Because I've already had to change clothes and shower from being out there earlier, because I was just soaked with perspiration. My clothes, you could have wrung the sweat out of them. Did you miss Mr.? I don't know, Wilson. I haven't even thought about the next prize on the next trivia. Holly in New York City says, "Oh Lord, I can't do heat like that." I tell you, when it gets hot as it is now in the afternoon, basically all you can do is stay inside, stay under a shade tree because it's too hot. It is definitely too hot outside. Holly says that she can't wait for trivia again. You want the next prize to be seeds, Wilson? I mean, I could make the next prize be seeds. I have no problem with that. Oh, that shower made me sleepy now since I've got cooled off and relaxed from that shower. I could just lay down and go to sleep. Oh no, Sheila, 103 where she's at today. That's hot. Too hot. Yeah, on afternoons like this, all you can do is stay in where it's cool. Get out and do whatever you got to do early in the morning or late in the afternoon, in the evening. And even then it's so hot you can't barely stand it, but it's a lot cooler than it is mid-afternoon, that's for sure. No, I didn't cook today. I might cook something this evening and do a video on it and put it up tomorrow. Oh, man. Goodness gracious. I think I'm going to need to fix me a cup of coffee. The pepper seeds are starting to grow now in the pot outside. Well, good. You have a little orange kitten, Gladys. Your son found him outside. Aw, I'd love to see him. You need to take a picture of him and send it to me so I can show everybody. I know, Holly, I'm sorry. But I took that shower after getting so hot. And now I'm cooled off. I'm relaxed. I could just lay my head down and go to sleep. That's the reason I said I need to get up and get me a cup of coffee so I'll stay awake. Okay, let me know when you do. In the meantime, I'm going to fix me a cup of coffee because that way maybe I won't fall asleep on everybody. Oh, gosh. Make some quick instant coffee. It should have enough caffeine in it. It'll keep me awake. And there's Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. How are you doing today? What's the temperature where you're at today? Oh, you want me to make April's coffee? You know, I got the other coffee that I haven't tried yet. She sent me 2 different ones. She sent me the Maui coffee and the other one. I can go do that. Here's the other coffee that she sent. And I haven't opened it yet. I mean, I don't know if it shows up backwards for you to see it or not. Let me see. See how it comes up there. But there's the other bag that she sent me. No, it comes up right. 100% Kona coffee. I haven't opened this one yet. So we're going to open it and I'm going to make it and we'll see. I opened the other one already and I tried it and it's pretty good. But I got to get it open first. Don't know really how these bags are supposed to open. Woo. It smells like coffee, y'all. Mmm. Smells good. This is gourmet roast. Mulvady Corporation. So let's get it in there and see how it's going to be. It's not everybody in the states here that gets to drink Hawaiian coffee, y'all. My coffee's a brewing. Medium dark, old-fashioned grind. But I put the same amount to my water as I did the other one that I made, so hopefully that'll be good. Coffee Boulevard. USA original. Look at that. That's kind of funny coming from Hawaii, because you know years ago we didn't think of Hawaii as being part of the United States. We just figured Hawaii was another country. But now it's part of our United States. But it still doesn't register in your mind, you know, like California or New York or somewhere like that. Canada's the same way. You know, you don't stop to think, well, Canada's part of the USA right now. Alaska's part of the USA. It still seems like they're foreign countries. Ooh, that coffee smells so good, y'all. Mmm. Oh, wow. Just smelling that coffee will wake you up. And there's Sir Giggles. You've got to be a new one. I haven't seen your name in our chat before, but welcome. I welcome all our new people. Yeah, Gladys might not be able to take a picture right away since in her condition, but maybe when her sons are there, they can get a picture of her cat, her little kitten, orange kitten. What's good to plant for this time of year? Well, just about anything as long as you can keep it in a right temperature. I could replant my squash and zucchini right now if I had somewhere put under the shade. Because I did replant some patty pan squash, and it's under the shade cloth over here in that garden. And so far, it's living pretty good. But it's in the shade most of the day. The other zucchini and squash I had were out in the sun. It came up real good twice. I replanted twice. Came up and then the sun burned it up. So if you plant squash or zucchini right now, plant it in a shaded area. I mean, it can get some sun, like early morning sun, but plant it where it can get a lot of shade, or either it'll burn up this time of year. I lived in Manhattan when I was little. I was born in North Carolina, but when I was about 3, we moved back to New York because that's where my mom was from, and we did live in Manhattan for several years. My grandmother used to live in Queens. I had aunts and uncles that lived out on Long Island. Yeah, the key this time of year is to give your plants plenty of shade, especially in the hottest time of the day. I mean, as I break tomato plants off, I'll stick them down in another pot and keep it watered and let it start a new plant. And I've got several doing that right now, but they're under the shade cloth, out there where the canopy is. I didn't see your babies. I'll send it to you. I send it to people on Facebook and forget to go to your page. What are we getting castor oil for? My dad was born in the Bronx and raised in Brooklyn. I have a brother that when he graduated high school in North Carolina, he moved back to New York, lived with my grandmother in Queens until he got a good job and could get his own apartment and stuff. And then after he got married, he bought an apartment in Brooklyn. And that's where he still owns an apartment. His wife lives there, even though he lives in Tucson, Arizona. They're still married. They probably never will get divorced, but they're separated. But I won't give up tomatoes. Yeah, they say tomatoes are the worst thing to eat if you eat abundance of them for arthritis. It makes your arthritis worse. There's something in the tomato that aggravates arthritis. I don't eat enough tomatoes to be bothered because I don't get that many out of my garden. I get one now and then, so it keeps me kind of down on eating a very small amount of tomatoes. Oh, what was good for arthritis and hands? And she said castor oil. Do you take the castor oil or do you rub it on your body? I know, I love raw tomatoes right out of the garden. They taste so much better than the ones you buy in the store. The ones you buy in the store usually don't have any taste to them. You rub it on? Okay. Well, I've got some castor oil. I might try that. But you can take it internally, yeah. I don't remember why I bought my castor oil, but I remember I've got some up in the cabinet. Said to mix it with lotion. No, you didn't miss anything, Vicki. Welcome, Vicki. About the only thing you missed is where I told them I think the problem with the property solved. I think the owner or the one that's in charge of building the house that owns the lot, I think he actually bought 2 lots. And since the neighbor on the other side keeps their vehicle parked on that next lot, keeps picnic tables and all kind of stuff over there, and they had pulled up the properties, the surveying stakes, because I remember seeing them over there. They pulled them up to drive their cars in. And since there was no surveying stakes over there, and they were parked on that property and had everything sitting up over there, they thought they naturally owned that property. And she even told them to stay off the property, not to bring the trucks across their property. So they thought that was belonged to her. Well, it doesn't. Evidently, they got it confused. Since mine was the empty lot over here, they thought that was one of the lots that went with the house lot. where they're building. But it's not. It's the other lot on the other side. So she's trespassing. They're going to have to get her to move her stuff and move their cars. And they're going to have to figure out where the property stakes were. Or they'll have to get it surveyed again. I don't know what they'll do. I do know it's within 5 feet of that porch they got over there. I know that's where the property line is. So I'm sure, when the surveyors put a stake like that down, they usually put a metal rod, like a rebar, down in the ground in concrete. And that stays there forever. But it's underground. It's barely under the dirt or right at the surface. So a lot of times it gets covered up and you don't ever see it. And then they put that flag on a pole that's a little wire that sticks above the ground to mark that's where the pin is for the corner lot. Well, they pulled all that up. I guess they weren't dreaming that the guy that is building the house over here also bought the other lot. So, that's going to be between the property owner that's building the house and the people on the other side. I'm out of it. I just let them know, hey, I own this lot. And I'm glad I did, because they were getting ready to go over there and cut all the trees down. They were going to push it all over, level out the whole lot, thinking it was his, and it's not. So if I hadn't went over there and told them, let them know that it was my lot, I'd have lost all my trees over there. Sometimes I kind of wish it was cleared off, but then again I don't, because I don't want to lose my trees. And then if it's cleared off, I've got to keep it mowed, and I don't want to have to mow any more property. I'd rather just keep my trees there, and maybe eventually sometime maybe go over and clean out the underbrush. But I may not even do that, because the underbrush helps block the wind during a storm. It blocks it from my house. So it serves a good purpose being there. Yeah, I wasn't mad at them or anything. I just went over there and I told them, I said, I put my stakes down with the cord. I said, I'm within 1.5 feet, 2 or 3 feet from the property line on my side. And that's just to let you know that I own this lot. He said, yeah. He said, the property line is about 3 foot over. I said, yeah, exactly. And I said, whenever y'all put down a privacy fence around your backyard and come up the side, you're going to have to stay within your property line over there where that property stake at the back is, because the property flag is still at the back that the surveyor put down. They didn't pull those up. So he looked at me like he was kind of confused, because, they're thinking the other lot on the other side is that other lady's. I own this one. They only got one for the house. Where's the other lot he bought? But I know which one it is, because I've already found out. That lot has been sold multiple times since I knew who owned it, which originally it was a doctor that owned it. They sold it 3 or 4 times since then. And the last owner is the guy that's building the house next door. So he owns both of those lots, but it's on the other side, not this one over here. Yeah, they'll have to take it up with the people over there, not me, because they're trespassing on that guy's lot. Yeah, I didn't go over there mad or anything, but, I needed to tell them, because they were getting ready to clean off my whole lot, and I didn't want my trees gone. Fish oil is good. Let me get my coffee. It stopped brewing, so I can get my coffee now. Oh, wait. Get my cup out of the... Y'all have some Kona coffee with me, straight from Hawaii. Yeah, don't forget to take your vitamin B12. I take B12, I take calcium, vitamin C. I take a whole handful of vitamins every day. And there's Alfonso. Welcome back, Alfonso. I've been missing you in my lives. You haven't been here for a while. I'm so glad you're back. And you know, I got to thinking, you were going to play some of your harmonica music on the last live and that you were here. And I said, no, it might not be a good idea to do that. But then when I got to checking, you know, the live that you played your harmonica in one time before, it didn't affect it. They went ahead and monetized it. So I guess maybe your harmonica music, it's okay. I don't know. Just got home and went swimming. Well, it's a good day to go swimming. I wish I could go swimming. I went swimming in my shower a little while ago. I had to cool off. It was so hot. Louisiana Homestead says she's got to go. Love y'all. Well, love you too, Louisiana Homestead. You have a good evening, good afternoon, and a blessed day tomorrow. We'll see you on our next live. I mostly play a lot of older hymns and old music, but that are not now in public domain. Well, you know, I went back, way back with a bunch of music to try to play on some of my videos, and they wouldn't monetize it because of the music. They said it was copyrighted. Like 40s and 50s music, it was copyrighted. So you have to be careful. Ooh, that's good coffee, April. Is April still here? There she is. This Kona coffee's good, April. Thank you. Y'all have some Kona coffee from Hawaii with me. Yep, that's true, Connie. You can get a lot of stuff in liquid form. Yeah, I do. It's really good. Really good. Maybe it'll keep me awake during this live after taking that shower. I mean, I go take a real nice shower and I get cooled off and I get relaxed. All I want to do is lay down and take a nap. Cindy says she loves Kona coffee. I didn't know you'd have Kona coffee up where you're at, Cindy. I figured you'd have some other kind of brands of coffee where you're at. Holly says, I think my comments keep getting lost, but you can please make some yummy fall dinner recipes, please. I plan to. I got another grocery order delivered yesterday from my anonymous giver. And so I try to pick through that and find recipes that I can use that with to come up with the stuff that I cook. That I prepare, you know, to go with whatever I got. Maui has a lot of coffee farms on the Lahaina side. We have it, but it's better when it comes directly from Hawaii. Well, this is the first time I've heard of Kona coffee and the Maui coffee that I have too. You know, I've still got the whole bag of that. I've only fixed coffee from it one time, and now I'm trying this Kona coffee, which is real good. It's pretty good. Drinking a good cup of coffee with cream and sugar in it is like drinking a milkshake to me. Whenever I know someone who's going, I give them money to bring some back. April says my boyfriend can play a harmonica and a guitar at the same time. He's talented. I might could try to sing and play a guitar at the same time, but I don't know if I could play a harmonica and a guitar at the same time because it's like you got to have a split brain, one on your guitar and one on your harmonica. I don't think my brain works that way. Sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie, or pecan pie, yummy fall some desserts. Yeah, last year I made pumpkin pies. I made apple pie. I got videos on those. I made one of the best homemade old-fashioned apple pies you will ever have in your life. It's so good. Well, thank you, Gladys. Yeah, he's a one-man band. I know I couldn't. I'd concentrate on the harmonica and forget the guitar, or I'd concentrate on the guitar and forget the harmonica. I mean, I can't divide my brain up like that. I'm looking for a new set of harmonicas. Mine is going out on me. My dad played harmonica. I remember him getting that harmonica out and he'd play all kind of hymns and Christmas songs, during the holidays. Or he'd just sit in the living room sometimes on the weekend or a night and start playing his harmonica. And play old-timey Bible hymns and stuff. Connie says, Linda, I know memories are entering my head with vivid pictures and I can smell them. Playing melody and the guitar as background rhythm. Huh. Well, I found a retired gentleman that taught guitar right from his house here in Granbury years ago, back when my son was like 13, 14 years old, when he wanted to learn to play. And I told him, I said, well, I'll buy you a guitar and amp as soon as I can find somebody to teach you to play it. So I found this guy. He had a newspaper ad, so I called him. I set up the appointments, and I took my son right to his house, and I sat in the living room, and I could listen to him playing in the back room, because I lived a little bit too far to drop him off and come home and then go back and get him. So I'd just stay there through his hour music lesson, and he got ready to leave, got done, I'd bring him back home. And he stayed in music lessons until that guy finally told him, he said, son, I've taught you everything I know. He said, there's nothing else I can teach you about this guitar. So when he told him that was the last time I took him to a music lesson. And he wanted to get in the high school band. But back then they didn't play guitar in the band. They do now. But I told my son, I said, son, you're ahead of your time. I said, in the years to come, they'll probably have guitar and stuff like that in the band, and they do now. My daughter played alto sax in the high school band. Harmonica and neck rack, they are expensive. They're about $30 to $40. Check my email, okay. Oh. She has a little buddy, or had a little buddy, looks just like my, no, little buddy looks like my Juice I lost last year. He died from hyperthyroidism and was only 13. Look at her cat. Isn't he sweet? Well, I touched the wrong thing. See if I can get it turned around without messing it up. Get it in the right light so you can see it without a glare on it. There's her little orange tabby named Juice. She said he passed away a year ago. Yeah, he's a pretty cat. Kind of reminds me of Little Buddy, only Little Buddy's got a little bit more white on him than this one does. Pretty kitty. Our last adoption Circus is 1 year old. He was living in a rescue with a vet in Mayberry in Mount Airy, North Carolina. I wanted an orange and white again, but he fell in love with us. Pretty kitty. It's hard when you lose your pets. Do you have a post office where I can send you stuff? If you'll send me an email to my email address, the Gmail, I can send you my mailing address, because I don't have a post office box anymore. That's the reason I don't put it on the description under the videos. But if you'll send me an email telling me that you want my address, the mailing address, I'll send it to you. Let's see. It's usually in the description of all of my videos and lives, but I'll go ahead and post it. There, I just pinned it to the top of the live chat too, so that's my email address if anybody needs it for any reason. Oh, it's good coffee. I can tell it's strong. I'm not sleepy anymore. And I haven't drunk half of it yet. a little dabble, do you? April says her son is a drummer. One of my brothers is a drummer, Mike. He plays drums. One brother plays guitar. My oldest brother plays piano. And then I've got two brothers that don't play anything that I know of. And I messed around playing piano. I never actually tried the guitar, but I think I would like it. But I tried the accordion and I never could get the hang of it. But I learned to play some little something on it. But I think the piano was the main one. Vicky says my kids and us always, my kids and us always jam when we get together on the holidays. That sounds like the way my dad's family was. At Christmas, we'd all get up at my grandma's house. Everybody'd get around the piano. She'd play piano. My one aunt would play guitar. My dad was playing harmonica. And we'd be singing Christmas carols and everybody playing some instrument. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know what a kalimba is. Probably some kind of like flute, maybe. Donna says Connie and I play accordions. Yeah, the hardest thing when I first started playing was being able to push buttons on the keyboard and then, pull it in and push it out. It was like I was not coordinated to do two different things at one time. Oh, that was a shame, Wilson. I'm sorry. Oh, it's an African thumb piano. It's probably one of those little thumb pianos like I mailed out as a prize to somebody that won in trivia one night. I remember we had a little thumb piano. It was a neat little thing. I don't remember who got that, but I remember it was won in a trivia game one night. Yeah, it's good, Gladys. This coffee's good. That is so good. I tell you, it was so hot out there trying to cook that chicken on the grill. I hope y'all appreciated that video because it was hot out there. And I was breathing that smoke from the grill off and on and oh. But I'm glad the wind was blowing a little bit. It kind of helped keep you a little cool. Catherine said, no coffee for me. I'm strictly a Lipton's decaffeinated tea girl. I love hot tea too myself. And cold tea. I finally broke down and made me a big old pitcher of iced tea. That's in the refrigerator now that I've been drinking. It was good, and I still got one or two pieces of it in there. You don't take the skin off of it or anything. Just put the whole thing right on the grill because that skin, the fat cooks out of it. And if you're not careful, it'll burn. That's the reason I was lifting the lid so much. Because that grease will drip out of the skin and it catches on fire. And if you're not careful, it'll burn your chicken. So I had to keep watching it and flipping it. But the skin gets so cooked, it gets almost paper thin and crispy. And then with the barbecue sauce on it, you eat the whole thing. You don't waste any part of that piece of chicken. You kept saying, Linda, are you losing your mind? Yeah, probably losing my mind that I was out there cooking because it was so hot. Ask me how I know that. I don't know. He was in the last live for a few minutes. I haven't seen him come in this one today. I ate a piece of fried chicken for lunch today. That was sent with that food order, so I said I might as well eat a piece of it. You know, it's got to be eaten. So I ate a fried chicken thigh. And I got barbecued chicken thighs left in there from when I grilled out. You're having a bit of a storm. Well, I wish you'd send me some rain. We don't need a storm, but we do need some rain. But we're not supposed to get any, even a chance of rain, until like the 29th, 30th, and 31st of this month, which is another week away. Or next weekend. And I've got my 6-month checkup tomorrow. So y'all keep your fingers crossed that everything's okay with that. Oh no, you're having hurricane strength rain and wind. Yeah, that is scary. And see, that's one reason I want those trees left over there. Because the trees and the underbrush is a windbreaker for my house. Because a lot of times real strong wind during a storm will come from that direction this way. And then it'll come from this direction back this way. And I hate it when they cut these trees down around me. Because I'm right up on the top of this hill. Yeah, it's next weekend, this coming weekend for next week, the end of the week. And I've got my appointment for tomorrow afternoon I think at 1:15 is when my checkup is. But it should be okay. I hope I haven't gained any more weight. I don't need to gain any more weight. I know, Holly, it's crazy how fast the summer. Can't believe it's the end of August already. You have another hurricane headed straight for the Hawaiian Islands. Yeah, it seems like Hawaii always gets it first. If it comes toward the States, Hawaii gets it first. Oh man, that's good coffee. I'm drinking it down because it's so good. Your boyfriend's very worried about you. That's so sweet. And there's Izzo Blue. Hello, beautiful. Would you give me a huge bear hug? Oh, come on. And there's Jackie M. Hello, Jackie. Okay, Gladys. Yeah, I know. That was not a very nice comment that he put in there. Yeah, there's ignorant people out there. There's probably some kid with nothing better to do. Well, we're blessed to have you as a friend, April. Sending me coffee from Hawaii. I love it. But I can show you the creamer that I used. It's another great value. If I can get the glare off of it. Cinnamon French toast creamer, great value creamer. And you know, used to you could get this for like $1.79 a container, and it's three something now, almost $4 for the same thing. That's how much the prices went up on it. Yeah, I use the cinnamon French toast, and I use the French vanilla. They have 3 or 4 different flavors, and I usually switch around. Hazelnut's one, but this cinnamon French toast is real good. It'll get you addicted to coffee, is what it'll do. But this is good coffee by itself without even putting the creamer in it. Gotta go for now. Catch y'all later. Okay, Vicki. Have a good day. We'll see you on the next live. See, we've been on here for about an hour and a half. Gunslingers. Izzo needs to grow up. Because evidently he's immature. Not very mature person to leave comments like that. Okay, Holly, you go right ahead and put your clothes in the dryer. Laundry comes first. Well, I'm thinking about fixing a pot of beans this evening. Maybe ham hock and, what is it? 13 bean soup, or what is that mixture of beans you get in a bag that's the soup? It has all kind of different beans in it. Know what it was. I'm thinking about fixing that. $15 bean soup. That's what I'm thinking about fixing. That's going to be a lot of beans, though. I guess I can just fix half of them, maybe. But actually, you're supposed to fix the whole bag of them. Sounds real good. You put a pack, 20-ounce bag of 15 bean soup, 1 cup of chopped onion, 14.5 ounces or 1 can of chopped diced tomatoes, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, juice of 1 lemon, 1 to 2 cloves of garlic minced, optional 1 pound of ham hocks, or smoked sausage. because I've got a ham hock in here, a pretty good size ham hock. And I thought I'd fix 15 bean soup with ham hock in it. And I also have a recipe to put it in a slow cooker, but I don't know if I'm going to put it in a slow cooker or just put it on a pot and cook it on the stove. It's supposed to soak these overnight. I might go ahead and put them in a pot now and soak them. $16 bean soup sounds good too. Yeah, I was going to say 16 bean soup, but it says 15. 15 bean soup. Yeah, usually I pressure cook mine too. Wilson said to fix it all. I probably will, then I'll have beans to eat with every meal, whether I eat chicken with them or what. And I'll have that ham hock too. Yeah, I love butter beans too. It has some butter beans in here. It's got all kind of beans. It says great stove top slow cooker or pressure cooker. I got my pot out. Y'all are a witness. I'm fixing to put my beans in a pot because they got to soak. I'm going to go ahead and soak them. If I can get the bag cut open. I'll decide later if I want to just cook them in the pot or put them in a pressure pot. I usually cook all my beans like this in the pressure pot, but we'll see. We'll see. And it's got the ham flavor seasoning packet there. I'll save that so I can put it in it later. Gold, y'all, gold. Gold. Woo. I'm being crazy, y'all. Let me put some water in this. There, I got my pot on to soak my beans. And then I'll do a video on me cooking them and stuff, fixing them. All that good stuff. House of Joni. Lots of things make me excited for fall. Soaking beans to me cooked makes me excited for fall. Fall cooking is my favorite. Chili cooked on a low simmer for 24 hours, mixing them luscious flavors together. I know. And this 15 bean soup will be good. Because I'm going to show you what I'm going to put in it. It's beef shank. I thought that was ham. I thought about putting this in it. I thought actually though it was ham, but it's a beef shank. Beef would be good in there, I'm sure. And I've got ham, so I can switch and pull out some ham and put in there. Because I do have ham. Which do y'all think will be best to put in there, the beef or the ham? I got both. I think the beef would be pretty good for a change, you know? House of Joni says, oh, yum. Butter beans and soa pillows. Wilson says beef. Nancy says ham. I guess I'll have to do a toss-up. Which one I put in there, I guess. Sheila says ham. Because I've got ham bone down there, too. I'll just have to dig it out of the freezer. Ham with bean. That is real in combination. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to pull my ham bone out. Because I saved my ham bone. It's down in the bottom of the freezer there somewhere. I'll just have to dig for it. Yep, you put onions in there too. It looks like ham is one out, so we're going to have to do the ham. I might put the beef shank in maybe a vegetable soup. That would be good. Make a vegetable soup with that beef shank. Yeah, either one of them would be good, I think. I usually put ham in mine too. Chicken is even good to put in 15 bean soup. Get you 3 or 4 chicken thighs and throw them in there. You'd be surprised how good that is. Wilson says, and hot peppers. I don't want too many hot peppers in there. My stomach can't handle too much hot anymore. It seemed like I know what that is, House of Joni, but I can't remember. I can't pronounce the name of it. Pillows. Because we made a lot of that kind of stuff in the restaurant that I worked in. Yeah, sure would. Yep, you got that right, Connie. Beef shank with vegetable soup. Yep. Cook it all in one big pot. You have a good evening, Donna. See you on the next live. You have a blessed week. Until we see you again. I'm going to have all of you hungry for supper tonight. And beans are good for you. Greens are good for you. You know, you got to have your beans and greens. Keep your body going correctly. Look here. Here's the last picture that Susie sent me of her 2 dogs laying side by side, basically between her legs. They're all cuddled up on in the recliner. You can't hardly tell where one starts and the other one ends up. 2 fur babies. They're laying in her lap, kind of between her legs there. You can see her feet down at the end. Yeah, I do that, Connie. I put kale or sometimes chopped up some kind of greens in my soup. But you're talking about the bean soup or you're talking about vegetable soup? Yeah. I'm not fixing the vegetable soup tonight. I'm fixing the 15 bean soup. So we'll do that when I fix the vegetable soup. And yeah, they are cute, Nancy. All these fur babies are cute. They had to cuddle up with Mama. Yeah, I'm wide awake now after drinking that coffee. I'm buzzing around the room. I like the kidney beans if they're cooked correctly. Now, if you cook kidney beans correctly and you serve them over rice, oh, they're so good that way. I love them. I love beans served over rice. Stew on a bed of mashed potatoes. That sounds good. You can soak them for a few hours or you can soak them overnight. Either one. Sometimes I'll soak mine for a couple of hours and then wash them good and put them in the pressure cooker and cook them for about an hour in the pressure pot. And they're usually pretty well done by then. That's little puppy dogs for you. They both kind of compete for attention and room to cuddle. Yeah, I don't have an Instapot, but I do have a pressure cooker. No, I'm not ready to party. Yeah, I can, but I don't really have room in my freezer to freeze anything else. I've been trying to cook stuff out of the freezer to make room to put other stuff in there, but it's crammed full. Holly says pressure cookers scare me. Well, there's nothing to be afraid of as long as you don't let the pressure build up too high. You got to keep it down to where the little pressure thing on the top jiggles just once in a while. If it's steady jiggles all the time, it's getting too hot. It's building up too much pressure. But if it comes on and jiggles a little bit, stops, waits a few minutes, and then it'll jiggle again, that's okay. Yeah, because Instapots, they are a pressure cooker. They just work a little bit different. I guess you can program them. Where you can't program a pressure cooker. You know, they're manual operation there. Oh, I've had mine to blow a gasket before. You know, that little thing in the top? The pressure built up too high, and all of a sudden, the thing blew out, and I had a spray of beans coming out the lid, going up under the cover of the stove, and then it was coming back down on top of the stove. You talk about a mess. Oh my God, I had a mess. April says, I'm going to make lunch now. I'm hungry now and I still have electricity. I'm going to make coffee too. I just had one pancake and that was my breakfast and lunch and I'm stuffed. Well, I ate a breakfast croissant for breakfast this morning. It was just one croissant. And it had an egg. It had a pad of sausage and cheese on it, and that's what my breakfast was. But that's been many hours ago. So I was hungry before the live, so I ate that one piece of chicken. Granted, it was as big as my plate. Yeah, sometimes I only eat one pancake, especially if it's big enough that it covers the whole plate. Now, I may eat two or three if they're little bitty ones, and I stack them because those two or three make a whole plate size pancake. Yeah, I'm talking about the little thing in the top. There's a red plastic type, a rubbery type of a little cover on a little hole that will blow if it builds up too much pressure in your pot. It'll blow and it shoots whatever's in that pot straight up in the air like a water spout. And it shot mine up under the cover of the stove, and then it was all dropping down on the stove from the cover. You talk about a mess. Oh my God, that was a mess. But that was my fault. I let the pressure build up too high in it. Nancy says, I had chicken livers and potato salad and a glass of sweet tea. That sounds good because I love potato salad and I love chicken livers. Waffles with lots of butter sounds good. Or butter and syrup. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, it was the steam vent seal. It built up so much steam inside it blew the seal out. Scared me to death. All of a sudden I heard all this, and I come running in the kitchen. I think I was back in the other end of the house. I come in here and there was pinto bean juice everywhere. It was dripping down from the cover over the stove. It was all over the top of the stove, all around the burners. Oh my God. It took me forever to clean that up. Needless to say, it's never happened again. I pay attention to my pot from now on. Well, I wasn't mad because, I'm the one that was responsible. I ignored it. I let it build up too high. If I'd have paid attention to my pot, that wouldn't have happened. Jackie says, oh no, I'll stick to the crock pot. You can't blow a seal there. It was funny in a way. I mean, if anybody saw me when I saw what happened and then had to start trying to get it cleaned up and to stop spraying, you would have laughed at me. Oh, it took me forever to get all that cleaned up. I think I was wiping up bean juice under the top of the stove forever after that. Yeah. Right, Cindy. It was literally a hot mess. Well, that's what that air pressure valve is for. It'll blow that valve first before it blows the lid off. Yep, it was literally a hot mess. Yeah, sodas in the freezer can do that too. They'll blow up in your freezer. Cindy says, ask me how I know, April. Pepsi all over. Yep, soda left in a hot car. Or you can buy the frozen juice, in those like paper cans that you buy frozen juice in, the concentrate. I went and bought groceries one day, and this was just right after. And I bought all my groceries, came in, put everything up. Never noticed I was missing my can of orange juice. It was left in the car, y'all. Do I need to tell you what happened with that orange juice can? It got so hot that next day. That orange juice can literally blew up under my seat. I had orange juice all over the carpet, everywhere. It blew up in my car, and it soured, and it smelled awful. Oh my God, you talking about a mess, trying to clean that stinky, soured orange juice out of my car after it blew up and got all in the carpet and everything else. It was awful, y'all. Because you know how hot it gets in a car. Like in the middle of the afternoon when it's 100, 105 degrees, and I didn't have my car poured up, and that sun was baking right down on the car. Yeah, that was not fun. Needless to say, when I buy frozen concentrate anymore, when I get home, I make sure that I find it in my bag. If I don't, I go search the car. Because I do not want that to ever happen again. Connie says, I just made 20 jars of plum red preserves and 30 jars of purple plum preserves. Had a record harvest this year. Plenty of Christmas gifts if I can keep my husband and son out of it. I know that's some good stuff, Connie. I've made plum jelly in the past, and it was so good. We had wild plums growing across the street from where we lived, and it was just farmland, Nobody messed with the old wild plum trees, and they were right there on the road front. So I just crossed the road and go over there and pick me a bunch of them, take them back to the house, and I'd started fixing them, and I made plum jelly out of them. It was so good, and I strained every bit of it. And some people told me, they said, man, that plum jelly's so good, and it's so clear, it looks so good, you need to enter that in the state fair, because you'd win. I never did, because I never even went to the fair, but it was good jam or jelly. You always had frozen when I was growing up because my dad was diabetic and we had to keep it on hand. If I didn't know where it came from, other than that, you just know you had it. Is homemade leaving us too? I probably should let everybody go. We've been on here for about 2 hours. You probably have things to do or supper to start, depending on what time zone you're in. I think it finally sent my baby's picture. Please check. Okay. Oh, y'all, here's Sylvester. This is Donna Murphy's baby, Sylvester. Oh, sorry, y'all. Oh, I had to sneeze. April says, I'm just sitting here in the hurricane. That's about all you can do during the hurricane, girl, is sit there. Yeah, he's a pretty cat. Handsome cat. It's really windy where Cindy is. Oh no, it sounds like trees are going to fall. Susan said she had to giggle at the other day at my video with the instant potatoes and beef tips. She heated up because you always tell me to make your own, and it's so much better when I mention something pre-made. Well, I had the instant potatoes and I needed to use them up. It's just one of them things, you know. Yeah, I got the one with Sylvester. Did you send another one? Yeah, I usually make my own sausage gravy. I don't usually get the canned gravy. Yeah, that's Sylvester. I just showed it. I mean, unless you sent another email other than this one. Connie says we have had high winds and thunderstorms with lightning all last week and again this week. Weird. Yeah, we don't usually get rain in August. That's usually our drought time. Yeah, I've eaten a pre-made sausage in the cartons that you get. You get biscuits with it and then the gravy. It was pretty good, but I don't, I don't usually buy that as a general rule. I don't think I've ever bought the canned gravy, sausage and gravy. Yeah, Wilson, that's who did I say sent it? Donna. That's Donna Murphy's cat, Sylvester. You didn't see Oreo this morning at feeding time. Hope he's okay. He's probably hiding out for the storm. He's probably in a safe spot and gonna stay there for a little bit. That's the way these cats do. If the weather gets bad, which few times that it does, they disappear. But they found a good safe spot to go to where they stay dry. And they're safe. I don't know where it is. MJ thinks I'm a master cook because I bake Grand's biscuits and heat up the can of sausage gravy, and he loves it and asks for it all the time. Well, you don't have to tell him it come out of a can. You went to a lot of trouble to make that biscuit and gravy. That's homemade biscuit and gravy. Praying you all in the bad way. Whew, 85 degrees. That would be a cool down from here. It's 96 right now here. It's cooled down 1 degree. Like when you buy a baked cake and you put it on a serving dish and make people think you slaved all afternoon baking that cake. They don't know the difference. And there's Craig D. Hello, Craig. How's Craig doing? 99 degrees. Wow. Well, this is a cooler day today. It only hits at 97. The other days it's been at least 100 or higher. 106 actually hit a couple of days. Yeah, you can buy something already made, put it in a nice serving tray. Tell them you slaved all afternoon putting that together. They don't know any different. Still good. Somebody had to make it, right? Somebody handmade it or homemade it somewhere in some kitchen, even if it's in the bakery. You heard Wichita Falls was up around 110. I wouldn't doubt it. It was 106 here yesterday and I think the day before, or 2 days ago. I know it hit about 105, 106 for 2 days, and then I think yesterday it dropped down a few degrees, and then today it was 97. No, well, my thermometer on my phone says 98 degrees in Granbury right now. Dropped to 97 as we were looking at it. Today it was 98, tomorrow 97. See, the temperatures come down a little bit because we're expecting rain. 47% chance of rain Friday, 41% Saturday. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we get rain Friday and Saturday. We only have 15 and 24% Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So the best chance of rain is going to be Friday and Saturday if it don't change. Oh, it's got to get up to close to 110 in Texas for the summer. It's not Texas. April says, I've got 6 cats and 2 dogs. Still 100 degrees where Susan is. Yeah, this weather's gone crazy. When it's 106 degrees during the day, It only gets down to about 96, 97 at night, which is awful. Most of the time it does drop down pretty good at night. You could be comfortable sitting outside at nighttime, but not in the daytime. Been hot in San Antonio as well. I'm sure it has been hot there. Shelley says, yep, slaved all day and got a darn paper cut on the can of biscuits. Gonna be 101 tomorrow. Oh. Then 97, 95, 93 with PM storms Thursday, but only 78 the next Monday, Tuesday, and Tuesday. That will be, Yeah, there's some kind of front that's moving in this weekend that's possibly going to bring us a little bit of rain and drop the temperatures just a couple of degrees. Been 108 in San Antonio where Wilson is. Oh my goodness, that's hot. Patty says they have 6 cats, 6 goats, and a neighbor dog we're keeping. LOL, Noah. Well, I just have those 2 cats that hang around here that I've been feeding, and I probably should have never started feeding them, but I felt so sorry for them. They were starving to death. Sheila said that was a joke, Connie. I was just reacting to what Linda said. Thanks anyway. Yeah, you can buy you a can of cinnamon rolls. They don't know that you didn't slave all afternoon making that dough and letting it rise and putting it in the pan and putting cinnamon and sugar on it and baking them. I'm terrible, aren't I? No rain chances there in northeast Georgia, unfortunately. It's awful here. That's true, though. I had a cut on my finger from doing Tippy's IV and had an alcohol and pad nearby, so I wiped it for some reason, and it healed in less than 2 days and never hurt. Yeah, paper cuts hurt. I think they hurt worse than a knife cut. Most of the time when you get cut with a knife, you don't even know you're cut till you see it bleeding. A paper cut, you feel it ripping across your finger. That's funny, Patty. See, just sprinkle some flour on your face and your hands and down your your apron, and have your cinnamon rolls, and they'll think you spent all afternoon making yeast dough to make those cinnamon rolls. We're terrible, aren't we? Yeah, we need rain here too, House of Joni. Or Johnny. We need rain terrible here. It's so dry, everything's burning up. We've not had any rain for several weeks here. And in this heat, there's nothing moist out in the yard. It's all dry as a potato chip. I always get grease and water on my tummy too. Yeah, we may have to do another rain dance. Oh. I have also had stapled my hands and finger with 3/4 inch staples right through the nail bed. Oh no. And finger and into the fatty part of my thumb. Oh wow, I know that hurt. I don't know if it'd do any good to do a rain dance. The Indians always thought there was a point to it. They always seemed to think it worked. Who watched Dance Moms before? I've never seen that. Phone during got to go. Have a good night. Okay, Nancy, you have a blessed night, a good week, and we'll see you on the next live. Susan said, I just tripped and hurt myself. My dad wouldn't know the difference unless he sees the can. I can fool him with frozen dinners. I just take everything out of the container and put it on a plate. He thinks I made it myself. Well, you did make it. You took it out of the container and heated it up and put it on the plate. Susan said, I tripped coming in from the porch and banged my head on the side of my nose on the door frame. It's on Lifetime Cable TV. Yeah, sometimes nowadays they put super glue on cuts, even in the hospitals. You go to the emergency room with a cut that's bad enough, they'll put super glue on it and stick it together just like putting stitches in it. Well, I can imagine that the super glue doesn't hurt as bad as the stitches. But I know they give you pain meds before they stitch it up, but oh wow, Susan, I'm sorry to hear that. I use my own. It saves a huge bill. Yep, Patty, that sounds good. It's not that bad. When I fell in the backyard holding those bean poles a couple of years ago, oh man, that jarred my whole body frame. It had my ankles and legs swollen for weeks. They were black and blue, every color under the rainbow. It hurt to stand on them very long, but I never went to the emergency room. And they said, some people told me, they said, well, you should have went to the emergency room. You probably broke your legs and don't even know it. I said, well, I didn't go. Yeah, that's true. They can do it like a pacemaker thing for your brain. It stimulates your brain, like keeps it from short circuiting. You can call it that. They didn't give you any pain meds last time you had a head injury? Are you talking about Sylvester, Donna? Your cat? He's 5 years old? They stapled my head 27 staples. Ooh. And they didn't give you pain meds? Oh my God. Oh wow, Connie. Was ripped from the base of my thumb to my wrist, and he fixed it without stitches. And then asked you if you wanted pain meds to go home. Of course you want pain meds. I'm surprised he didn't give you something for pain before he put the 27 staples in. My goodness. That had to hurt. Yeah, I didn't think of that, Susan. They might have thought there was a chance she had a concussion, so they wouldn't give her pain meds because they wanted her fully conscious and aware so they could monitor, her reactions and everything. You had a concussion, yeah, that's probably why. Because they want you to stay fully awake and alert when you have a concussion. They don't want you to go to sleep, especially not right away. That's not good. I sent like 3 or 4 emails, but don't think the others went through. Let me check again. The only one I got, Donna, let's see, was the one of Sylvester. You sent 3 or 4 emails, but I don't think the others went through. Are you sending it to the same email address? Maybe somehow the email address got changed. Double check the email address. Because the one that you sent with Sylvester sure came through, Donna. Be right back. Got to get some iced tea. Well, I got me some carrot, orange juice and stuff right here. It's a fruit drink. Fruit and veggie drink combined out of one of those bottles. It's pretty good. Susan says, oh boy, I picked up my cup and it has stuff in it and I already had tea, LOL. Yes, I'm fine. Well, I'll show you what I'm drinking. I can get the bottle. It's the last one of my Xanamia drinks. The Xanamia, it's carrots and orange juice. Health drink. But it's pretty good. So if y'all haven't tried Xanamia, try some of it. It's pretty good. Even has a little carrot up there where the name is. Xanamia. I don't remember what store it came from, if it was from Walmart or HEB or one of the stores out here. It came with one of the food orders that was the anonymous sender sent me. It had 4 bottles of this drink, and each one was a different fruit or a different vegetable. This one is carrot and orange. But it's pretty good. One of them had kiwi and grapes and all kind of stuff in it, which was really good too. Susan says, I have diet pineapple mango tea. That sounds good. Made in Mexico. I don't know. Let me see. If I can find an address. Oh, get this. You get 5 cents refund on the bottle. Cash refund, 5 cents. Michigan, 10 cents. California, you get 5 cents. So I guess it's made in some of these states in here. You can get refunds in Cincinnati, Delaware, Hawaii, Iowa, Maine, New York, Michigan. And I don't see any other places on it where it says where it was bottled or anything. Imported by Zanamia LLC, and they have a website, www.zanamia.com. Let's see if I can bring it up. You can even get some of it that it's pomegranate. Pomegranate, carrot and pomegranate, carrot mango juice, carrot apple juice, carrot guava juice, carrot and orange juice, which I've got that one. And on the website, it's got the address of 6800 Santa Fe Drive in Hodgkins, Illinois. So I guess it's manufactured and bottled in Illinois. Gotten into bed and said, where are my glasses? And they were on my face. My husband and son laughed so hard. I used to do that when I'd put my glasses up on my head, flip them up like you do shades. And then later I'd get to looking for my glasses and I couldn't find them anywhere. And I was about to get really starting to get stressed because I couldn't find my glasses. And then I'd go like that and they were on my head. I felt like a fool. And looked and said, oh, you guys look like an Oreo because they're... my two neighbors, two of his friends to work, and they were sitting in the back seat. And I looked and said, "You guys look like an Oreo." Because there was one white one in the middle and the other two were black. I was tested for that, Connie, and they say it's not. I don't do that because they get grease on them, and I hate that. Yeah, my central air runs all afternoon without stopping. When it's so hot outside, it can't keep up with the heat. But I just paid my electric bill again yesterday, and it was not as high as I thought it was going to be. But I bet the next one will be. The one I paid yesterday was $207, and I was expecting like $300. April just sent a picture of her dog Cornbread. Did you email it or message it? You must have messaged it. Let's see. He's a big dog. Oh my goodness. There's Cornbread, y'all. If I can get it up here without having so much glare on the picture. There's Cornbread, y'all. April's dog. Love you too, Gladys. Have a good nap. Oh no, Susan. He's a pretty dog, but he's a big dog. And oh my, look at your yard. That's so pretty. Yeah, I wish I could get it to where, keep my fingers off of it. It won't flip over. You get it where the glare is not on the picture so you can see the dog. Oh, look. Jacqueline Martinez sent a picture of her little fur baby. Look, isn't that precious? If I can get him so you can see him. That's so sweet. Oh my God, Patty, yours was $500? Ooh. That's Penny, y'all. She said that was a picture of her Penny. Penny is her name, or his name. trying to get it to focus right so you can actually see the dog. Yep, that's a cutie dog. Cutie fur baby. I will take a picture of Oreo to send next time. Okay, April. I need to kiss babies. So slim pickings to eat, LOL, lots of beans. Yeah, I'm going to have a pot of beans to eat this whole week. Unless I can, well, I'll have a little bit of space because if I find the ham bone that's in the freezer, I can take that out, cook it in the beans. That'll leave a little opening in there that I can put a small package of beans in, I guess. Yeah. Pets are sweet. You know, it's a good thing that people have pets. You know, these are, I mean, basically these two cats that hang around here that I feed, they weren't my cats. They just kind of adopted me, I guess. And kiss all the way around. You kiss your babies, but not like that. I might try to come out to your place. Ham and bean soup is motivating me to look into it. Come on, Connie. Come have you some bean soup. Whenever I get it cooked, I don't know if it'll get cooked today or tomorrow. And I got to dig out the ham bone from the freezer. I know it's in the bottom somewhere. I just got to dig it out. But I remembered I hadn't fixed beans this week, and I said I need to eat some beans with my greens. So I decided on that 15 bean soup. Oh no, Rebecca, $250. I feel for these people that have $500 and $600 electric bill. Mine gets up to $300, and I'm about ready to have a stroke. You guys would throw stuff at me if you knew what mine was. What, probably $80? Usually, though, in apartments, it's not as high because you have all the other apartments around you as insulation. So it usually holds heat or cool temperatures a lot better than a house. Right, unless I cook them in the pressure pot. If I don't get them done right away. Well, I just put them in that pot to soak them. I'll probably end up putting them in the pressure cooker to cook them. Mine was $79. I'm very conservative. Well, you probably don't get quite as hot where you're at, April, as we do. I mean, I don't know how hot does it get in Hawaii. And there's Betty Blue. Hi, Betty Blue. Let me check on my email again. And here is Patty's dog, Daisy. You don't have air conditioning or heat. See, you're lucky, April. You don't need it in Hawaii. That is Daisy dog, Daisy. Patty Carpenter's dog, Daisy. Trying to see where it would get the best. Right there's about the best. We keep AC down so we don't get cooler than 75 in the house. And we keep thermostat to 65 in the winter. Electric bill stays around $280 per month in the summer and no more than $350 per month in the winter. Well, I heat with my gas furnace in the wintertime, and I keep my thermostat, pretty low to not run it all the time. But then I have this electric fireplace heater that I run as well on the cold days, and that's a backup to the furnace. So the furnace doesn't have to work and burn so much gas. The fireplace throws out quite a bit of heat. So the combination of both of them keep me plenty warm. Yeah, you just open the windows and close the windows, April, where you're at in Hawaii. If it gets too cool, you close the window. If it gets hot, you open the windows. Windows. Kai said, "You seen my new flower I bought?" No, I didn't. Oh, she sent another picture of Penny. You can see the whole body of the dog. Look, how sweet. Kind of reminds me of Susan's dogs. Wish I could get it to focus real good. Yeah, that would seem nice. If it got too cold, just close your windows. And if the house got too hot, just open the window. Oh my goodness, Patty. There's Patty. Look what look what she's standing there with. I'm sorry, y'all. I kept moving the camera because I was coughing. Is that one of your goats? Is that what that is? Is it a deer or Great Dane? I think it's a goat. I'm not sure. Let me. I enlarged the picture a little bit. Maybe you can see it better now. That's one of her goats. Yeah, he's huge. Oh, that's your daughter with one of the goats. Wish it would focus in a little bit better, but that's about as good as I can get it. Sheila said she can't make it out. Oh, it's coming through pretty clear on my laptop. The goat's up on that platform and she's holding the front of him up. That makes him taller than she is. Yeah, he's a big one. Now Sheila sees a goat. Okay. Yeah, he looks pretty healthy. I wish it would show as plain as it does on my camera. I mean, my phone here, because it's a good picture. It just doesn't copy better good on the camera. Is what I'm trying to say. It's too much glare on the screen. He's the oldest of six. Yep, that is a big goat. And this camera's trying to focus. Yeah, that's a big goat. Oh, and Rebecca sent a picture of her twin Yorkies. Oh, how cute. There's Rebecca's two Yorkies, y'all. If I can get them to focus good where you can see them. Look at what she's got in her hair on top of their head. They're adorable. They're your babies. And there's Dennis and grandkids. Hey, Dennis. Yeah, they got little ribbons in their on their head. Oh, they're adorable. And here's another one of 3 of them. The 2 you just saw and another one added to it. It's just kind of hard to get it to focus right. I used to call my horses riding lawnmowers. I had a goat that used to ride in the front of the truck with me. Yep, they are cute. They're adorable. I love that patio, that rock patio. Twin Yorkies and Isabella, and Zoe is the Pom. So Zoe's the Pomeranian and the other 2 are Yorkies. Isa and Bella. Yep, they're adorable. And let's see, what about oh, that's got to be your flower. This is Kai's flower, I guess. Isn't that pretty? Reminds me of dogwood flowers, but I know that's not dogwood. Oh, it's the new edition plus my fish first. So he's got a fish there in that tank. And then he's got that flower. That's a fish tank. Where'd the fish go? Oh, the fish is the green thing at the top of the water. I didn't know where the fish was. But there he is. He was the green thing floating around the top of the water. I've never seen a fish that color. He's green, y'all. He looks almost like some kind of underwater bush or something. What kind of fish is that, Kai? Is Kai still here? A betta fish? Yeah, I love fish too. I had a fish tank in North Carolina, but I haven't had any fish since I've lived out here. I used to love my fish tank with all my fish in it. Fighting fish? Well, maybe that's why there's only one fish in the tank. Hmm. Oh, look at this. This is from Dennis. Look who's holding that chicken. I don't know if that's a chicken or a rooster. That chicken is big as he is. Or she. I don't know if that's a little boy or a little girl. But the chicken is as big as they are. That's so cute. Thank you for sending this picture, Dennis. This is from Dennis and grandkids. Isn't that so sweet? One of his grandchildren holding the chicken. Yeah, that's sweet. We got all kind of little critters and grandbabies and all kind of things to show today. It was show and tell, wasn't it? Yes, thank you for sharing, Dennis. That's his favorite Dominic hen. You could tell he liked this chicken the way he was holding it. Yeah, who was that behind him in the picture? Probably one of his other grandchildren. Oh my goodness. Rebecca sent more pictures of her little doggies, her sweet babies. Yeah, show and tell. And she's got another one too. If I can get it to open up. Well, she sent two pictures, but I can't get the other one to enlarge. The top one is of all three of the little dogs. And they got little yellow tags on their necks. But it's got such a glare on it, you can't see the tag. And then the bottom picture that you just saw. Yeah, they're all cute dogs. They really are. Dennis said that was grandson and his chicken. Grandson and chicken. So that was his little grandson. I didn't notice that when I first opened the email, but that was his grandson. Cute little boy. And pretty chicken. I mean, that's a pretty chicken. Well, y'all, we've been on here almost 3 hours. I feel like I've taken up enough of y'all's time for one Sunday afternoon. I feel like I should let you go and take care of your own business and your meal preparing and whatever else you're going to do for your Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, or whatever time it is where you're at. Fur families, yep. So I'm going to call it a video, and bless y'all for showing up. I've enjoyed every bit of it, especially showing all these pictures, especially the one of Dennis's grandson and the chicken. That was so adorable. All the fur babies were adorable too, but I really liked the one with Dennis's grandson in it. That was just as cute as it could be. So I'm going to let y'all go. You have a blessed night. Don't forget to keep Ann Watson in your prayers, and everybody else like Connie, Gladys, all of our subscribers that have health problems or any type of a problem. Pray for all of our subscribers. Keep them in your prayers. And I'll see you on the next one, okay? Love y'all. Bye now.